Hello everyone, let us start with a new reading. In this reading, we are going to discuss October 2024 love predictions. So you can pick your pile. This is the first pile, this is the second pile, and we are going to discuss further. Okay, so let us start with this pile. So, first of all, in this, I can see this card, and this card is indicating that there is a very strong connection between you and your person. This person might not be having good terms with you until now, but in 2024 I can see that there will something happen in between you. Maybe you are going to take out time for each other to understand each other. Maybe you can go out on a date, and maybe you will try to understand each other on a very personal level. And when you are going to understand each other's strengths, weaknesses, and when you are going to discuss things with each other, there will be clear communication in between you both, and you will try to accept each other as you are, with all your strengths and weaknesses, all your baggages, all the things that have happened with you both in the past, and you both will feel comfortable with each other. Okay, and there will be a lot of heart to heart communications that were missing right now. You both were looking at each other as a friend up till now, but the thing that are going to happen in October 2024, the meetings and the conversations, it will help you both to see each other as your lovers, as better halves. Okay, because the conversations that you are going to have will be very emotional, and you both will understand the importance and significance of having each other in your life. You both will feel completed because of each other's presence in your life. And you will feel that this person is pushing you towards your goals, personal and professional goals, and you are pushing them. They are going to feel that you are pushing them for achieving their personal and professional goals. Up till now there might be some kind of confusion within you and within them, because they were not clear whether they are moving ahead with you, and whether this decision that they have taken of having a relationship with you is right or wrong, because they were not knowing you that deeply. They could not have had conversations with you so deeply. They have not even tried to take out time so that they can spend quality time with you. I can see that maybe you both were spending time in groups, uh, with family members, or with where a lot of people were there. But in October 2024 you are going to spend time alone with this person. You are going to share all your thoughts, all your feelings, all your secrets with this person, and you will find a safe place with this person, and they are going to find a safe place with you. It will also help you and them to feel emotionally stable, and there will be a peace of mind. You both can feel that there is a person out there with whom I can discuss anything and everything. Even this person will be the one you can trust, and you can call anytime, even at any time of the night, and this person will be available for you. So this kind of connection you are going to feel with this person, and instantly you are going to develop feelings for each other, and you both can even confess your feelings to each other in this month. Okay, you both will feel very good being around each other, and even after this month you will take out time so that you can spend good quality time with each other, and you both can even cherish how your relationship has become more strong, how your bond has become more strong, and you both are going to enjoy this time, because you both have learned to enjoy each and every moment with each other. So you are going to enjoy the present with your future spouse. This person is your future spouse, and you are going to create beautiful memories. Everything from after this month, everything, every moment, whether it is good or bad, you are going to find this person as a pillar of strength, and you are going to act as a pillar of strength for them in their good and bad times. And every moment that you are going to spend with this person, you are going to feel your life magical. You can even see miracles happening, because you both are made for each other, and you have come together, you have realized that you are made for each other, and things are going to be in your favor. In terms of money also, you both will be uh, manifesting and getting abundance in your life because of luck that you both will be having after coming together. Okay, and also you are going to be each other's best advisors in terms of your professional and personal life, which is going to help you both to take right decisions at right time. Okay, so this was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Now let us move to the next reading. I can see that recently you have met a heartbreak. A person has broken your heart in the worst possible manner, and it could be even possible that you have lose hope in love and in relationship from then till now. Maybe it has happened last year, and from then till now you are focusing on your career. You are working hard to develop your skills, you are working hard to earn better, because you know that nothing is more important than earning money in life. Okay, you are gaining respect in your career, you are moving ahead in your career, you are getting recognition in your career. But I can see that there's someone who is seeing you as an opportunity, who is having eyes on you. Maybe this person can be in your office, or this person can be a person you are meeting on a regular basis. This can be in your friend, this person can be in your friend circle. They are very well aware of the heartbreak that you have gone through. Maybe they were the one who were there with you to support you in that heartbreak, and you trust them a lot. Okay, but you see them as a friend, and this person is just waiting for the right time so that they can confess their feelings to you. This person is just having all the qualities that you have ever wanted in your partner, and this person is a wish fulfillment for you. You cannot right now see this person, you cannot right now notice that this person loves you truly, and they want to treasure you, they want to claim you. Okay, but this person is going to communicate their feelings and confess their feelings to you in the month of October 2024. And I can see that you are going to take things very positive this time. Maybe you are not emotionally too much involved with this person till now, but after understanding the way they feel for you, and after seeing that they are giving you long term commitment also, you are going to start respecting this person, and you'll think very highly of this person because this person has all the qualities that you have wished in your future spouse. And this person also makes you feel at home. This person gives you a lot of peace. This person have helped you in your toughest time, and without this person maybe you could not even overcome that toughest time all alone. So that is why you have a lot of hope and trust in the relationship that you'll be having with this person. And in this period of October 2024, I can see you both going to a lot of social gatherings together, because you both will try to communicate, or try to show off each other in a way that you both have accepted that you are going to marry this person. And now in their family gatherings you are also going and they are also going. You are spending a lot of time together and with each other's family as well. And this time you are very much optimistic about moving ahead in this relationship. This person might also behave differently after confessing their feelings towards you, because till now they were acting with you as a friend, but now they are going to act with you as a lover. And the shift in their personality will also help you recognize the true feelings that you were having for this person. You will first try to hide your feelings in the month of October 2024, or maybe they are showing their true feelings but you are trying to distract them. You are trying to change topics. You are trying not to confess your feelings towards them, because of the trust issues that you have from the heartbreaks that you have met in your past. But slowly and gradually, when you are going to see consistent efforts from this person is not going to give up at all cost, because they see you as their wife or husband, even when you both are not married. Okay, so they are not going to give up on this relationship, and slowly and gradually you are going to also recognize in this period of October 2024, maybe you will be required to live away from this person in this month, in half of this month, and then you will realize their importance. And when this person will not be, and on purpose they'll be creating no contact situation with you, so that you can realize that their importance in your life. Okay, so this might happen and you will realize that you also love them unconditionally, and things are going to be very good for you both. Maybe you both can plan to marry in near future after this October, at the end of October 24. Maybe you can plan your marriage to be happening at the end of this month, at the end of this year. Okay, and you both will be very happy with the way that things have unfolded for you, and you both are going to treat each other as the biggest blessing that you have, or a biggest gift that you have got in your life. Okay, so this was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share and subscribe to my channel.